Hello everybody. Warm greetings from Department of Microbiology, Raidiki College, West Bengal. Today we are celebrating International Microorganism Day, which is observed every year on 17th of September. Since early 2020, all over the world, microorganisms have made headlines for only the wrong reasons. In the general media, microorganisms usually have a very bad reputation. And this COVID-19 pandemic has increased our fear of the microbial world. But harmful microbes are only a tiny percentage of total microbial diversity. Most microbes are harmless to humans and many are immensely beneficial. But we often think of microorganisms only in negative terms. Negative attitudes are supported by the public health and media focus on microbe-caused diseases, as well as advertising for microbe-destroying soaps, cosmetics, cleaners, etc. Although reducing disease transmission is extremely important for individual and community health, we also need to understand and appreciate the beneficial contributions microbes provide. For example, microbial communities make the essential elements of oxygen, carbon, nitrogen and sulfur available for all life on our planet. Microbes are necessary to make various foods we enjoy, such as bread, cheese, wine and many more. They contribute to our digestion, produce vitamins, promote development of the immune system and detoxify harmful chemicals. International Microorganism Day gives us an opportunity to encourage everyone to recognize and celebrate the many ways microscopic organisms are important for our health, culture, economy, environment, and throughout our daily lives. An understanding of key microbial activities, how they impact our lives, and how they may be harnessed for the benefit of humankind is essential for informed personal decisions as well as for policy development. So, this is a humble effort on our part to promote the positive contributions of microorganisms in our lives, given the negative stories associated with coronavirus in the news these days. It is simply not possible to mention all the beneficial contributions of microbes in one small video. We will focus on a few major ones to counter the general microbe phobia that exists in society. Our students of Microbiology Honours Semester 5 will take us on this journey.
Worldwide, energy consumption and demand are continuously growing up, but most of the resources used, like petroleum, natural gas, coal, are not sustainable sources of energy. With the growth of population, demand for energy is also increasing, leading to an uneven supply and distribution of resources. Biogas technology seems promising to attain sustainable, eco-friendly energy yields without damaging the environment, but only when it is produced through microbial anaerobic digestion and then recovered properly. Biogas is a combination of methane, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide, and traces of few other gases. Almost any organic waste can be biologically transformed into biogas and other energy-rich organic compounds through the process of anaerobic digestion, thus also helping in sustainable waste management. It also reduces environmental pollution. Microbes are involved in each step of this process. Biogas process comprises of four stages: hydrolysis, acidogenesis, acetogenesis, methanogenesis, which are catalyzed by different and specialized microorganisms. The biogas is a sustainable source of energy because it is fully energy self-sufficient, that is, itself can produce the heat and electricity to run the process. It is independent of any fossil fuel, it is renewable, It is carbon neutral. It reduces the emission of greenhouse gases to the environment. After biogas is captured, it can produce heat and electricity for use in engines, microturbines, and fuel cells. Biogas can also be upgraded into biomethane, also called renewable natural gas or RNG, and injected into natural gas pipelines for use as a vehicle fuel. Keeping this in mind, a huge percentage of all bioenergy in the future may originate from biogas. In addition, microbial anaerobic digestion can lower costs associated with waste remediation as well as benefit local economics. Digested, the material remaining after the digestion process can be used or sold as organic fertilizer and can provide additional revenue when sold as livestock bedding or soil amendments.
Long ago, fermentation technique was used as a way of preserving foods and drinks. During the process, microorganisms such as bacteria, yeast, or fungi convert organic compounds such as sugars and starch into alcohol or acids. Fermentation can produce quite distinctive, strong, and slightly sour flavors. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics. So, by consuming fermented foods, one can add beneficial bacteria and enzymes to overall intestinal flora, improve the health of gut and digestive system, as well as boost the immune system.
Benefits of fermented foods are: fermentation makes the food more digestible. It increases nutritive value of foods. It curbs sugar craving. It reduces toxic component in food. It enhances the flavor as well. Fermented milk products are most popular. In India, it's known as lassi. In Denmark as Ima. In Sweden as Vimjo. In Central Asia, popular fermented milk product is kumish. Fermented grains like rice, wheat, black lentils and white lentils are used to prepare many food items like idli, dosa, vada, uttapam and putu etc. Fermented fish and meat products from seawater, fish and pork are more popular in Southeast Asian countries. Nam and Nemchu are two famous fermented fish and meats products from Thailand and Vietnam respectively. Microorganisms like Lactococcus lactis, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Saccharomyces cerevisiae and others contribute during the preparation of these foods. Fermented vegetables are prepared in many cuisines. Vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, carrot, garlic, tomato, soybean, olive, cucumber, onion, turnip, radish, chilies, ginger, pepper, etc. are used. Lactobacillus lantarum, Leuconostoc mesenteroides, and Pediococcus cerevis, and many other are responsible for fermentation process.
Industrial microbiology includes the use of microorganisms to manufacture food or industrial products in large quantities. Numerous microorganisms are used within industrial microbiology. These include naturally occurring organisms, laboratory selected mutants, or even genetically modified organisms. Around 1860, Louis Pasteur discovered the major role of yeast in the food and beverage industries. As a result, he has been considered the father of modern microbiology. The idea that microorganisms are living materials that could be used as elementary chemical reactors become widely accepted. In industrial microbiology, microbes are used to synthesize a number of products valuable to human beings. There are various industrial products that are derived from microbes, such as different food products, life-saving antibiotics, organic acids, amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, pharmaceutical drugs, etc. Antibiotics produced by microbes are regarded as one of the most significant discoveries of the 20th century and have made major contributions towards the welfare of human society. In industrial productions, microorganisms are suitably screened, improved upon, managed, and then finally put for production. The products are all sustainably produced through environment friendly principles and in a green way. This is one of those fields that are in the forefront of developments taking place in biological sciences and engineering.
Penicillium chrysogenum, also known as Penicillium notatum, is the source for penicillin, the first antibiotic. It was discovered by Alexander Fleming. The discovery of penicillin in 1928 and sulfanilamide drugs in the 1930s century played a major role in treating bacterial diseases and in the creation of today's pharmaceutical industry. Citric acid is the most important organic acid produced in tonnage and is extensively used in food and pharmaceutical industries. It is produced mainly by submerged fermentation using Aspergillus niger. Alcoholic fermentation is a biotechnological process accomplished by yeast, some kinds of bacteria, or a few other microorganisms to convert sugars into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide.
Through agriculture, industry, and daily life, harmful chemicals have been released into the earth's air, soil, and water. Depending on their concentrations, these substances can have destructive consequences on ecosystems, as well as they may cause severe damage to human and other organisms nearby. Bioremediation is considered an environment-friendly way for pollution cleanup. Microbial cleanup can be applied in situ, that is in place of contamination, or ex situ, off the site of contamination. Microbe-based bioremediation of toxic environmental pollutants offers numerous advantages such as reaction efficiency, high cost-effective ratio, wide-ranging mineralization, and minimal or no site pollution generation issues.
Microbial bioremediation makes use of microorganisms and or their derivatives, enzymes or spent biomass to clean up environmental contaminants like wastewater and industrial effluent treatment, soil and land treatment, control of air pollution, solid waste management, etc. Numerous bacterial, yeast, algal, and fungal cultures can alter contaminants into less or no toxic mixtures, consequently diminish or remove pollutants from the atmosphere. A large number of enzymes from bacteria, fungi, and plants have been reported to be involved in the biodegradation of toxic pollutants. Oil spills have the potential to cause huge environmental damage. Naturally occurring hydrocarbon degrading bacteria play an important role in breaking down oil in the event of a spill. There are species of marine bacteria in several families, including Marinobacter, Oceanospirals, Pseudomonas, and Alcanivorax, that can eat compounds from petroleum as part of their diet. In fact, there are at least 7 species of bacteria that can survive solely on oil. Microbes run the world. It's that simple. Microorganisms and their activities are vitally important to virtually all process on Earth. So, scientific knowledge and understanding to these tiny creatures will make our life on Earth meaningful and productive.